Like the one time I told him he should have a little bit of protein after a workout. He got all excited because he thought I said poutine. The second thing he was good at was eating large quantities of food.
There is something quietly frustrating about trying to live healthy. You start strong, you plan your meals, join a gym, maybe even wake up early for a week. You feel unstoppable. But then life happens. Work stress piles up, your motivation dips, and those old habits start whispering your name again. Before you know it, you are back to square one, wondering why staying consistent feels like an impossible mission. The truth is, being healthy is not just about willpower or motivation. It is about building a system, one that actually fits into your real life, not an ideal fantasy version of it. Today, we are breaking down a simple system that makes healthy living stick, not for a week or a month, but for good. So, if you have ever said, "I know what to do, I just can't seem to stick with it," this is exactly for you. Step 1. Redefine what healthy means for you. The biggest mistake people make is trying to copy someone else's version of healthy. You see someone online drinking green smoothies, running at 5 a.m., doing yoga before sunrise, and you think, that's what I need to do. But that is not true. Healthy living is not a single formula. It is a personal blueprint. What matters is not what someone else's body or routine looks like, but what fits your current lifestyle and what makes you feel good long term. Start by asking yourself a few simple but powerful questions. What kind of energy do I want each day? What foods make me feel strong instead of sluggish? What movement feels enjoyable, not forced? What does rest actually look like for me? When you define your version of healthy, it becomes something you can sustain, not something you constantly battle against. Here's a secret: sustainability beats perfection every single time. You can have the cleanest diet in the world, but if you quit after a month, it means nothing. But if you can follow something 80% right for years, it changes everything. Step 20. Build identity before action. Most people try to change habits from the outside in. They start with actions. I will eat better. I will exercise. I will sleep early. But here's the problem: if your identity does not match your actions, you will eventually fall back into old patterns. Instead, change from the inside out. Build an identity first. Tell yourself, I am someone who values my health. Not, I am trying to get healthy, but I am a healthy person. It may sound small, but this mindset shift is powerful. Because your brain always tries to stay consistent with your identity. If you see yourself as someone disciplined, you start acting like it. You do not negotiate with yourself as much. You simply follow through. So instead of setting action-based goals like, I will go to the gym, start setting identity-based goals like, I am the kind of person who moves daily. When you believe something about yourself, your behavior naturally follows. Step 30. Start ridiculously small. Most people fail at healthy living because they start too big. They think if they are not doing 1-hour workouts and eating 100% clean meals, it does not count. That thinking destroys progress. Here's what actually works. Start so small you can't fail. Do 1 push-up. Take a 5-minute walk after lunch. Drink 1 extra glass of water today. It sounds simple, almost silly, but that's the point. When you lower the entry barrier, you actually start, and when you start, you build momentum. And momentum is the magic ingredient in consistency. When you prove to yourself that you can do small things daily, your brain starts to trust you again. You go from, I always give up, to, I actually follow through. That shift makes scaling up effortless. The goal is not to do everything perfectly. The goal is to make it too easy to quit. Step 4a. Stack habits into a routine. Habits stick best when they are connected to something you already do. This is called habit stacking. Instead of creating a whole new routine, attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, after I brush my teeth, I will drink a glass of water. After I make coffee, I will stretch for 1 minute. After dinner, I will take a 10-minute walk. This works because your brain already recognizes the first habit as automatic, so when you attach a new one, it piggybacks on that momentum. Do this long enough, and these small habits form a powerful chain reaction. One healthy act leads to another. Your morning routine, your meals, your evenings, they all start aligning naturally. Over time, you are not trying to be healthy, you simply are. Step 5. Design your environment for success. Your environment always wins. No matter how strong your willpower is, if your surroundings make it easy to fail, you will fail. If your kitchen is full of processed snacks, you will eat them. If your phone is beside your bed, you will scroll instead of sleep. If your sneakers are buried in a closet, you won't go for that run. The solution: make healthy choices the easy ones. Here's how: keep fruit on the counter, not cookies. Put your gym clothes out the night before. Charge your phone across the room before bed. Prep simple, real meals that are ready to go. This is not about discipline, it's about design. You are creating friction for bad habits and removing friction for good ones. Because at the end of the day, we don't rise to our goals, we fall to our systems. Step 6C, use the 2-minute rule. For every habit, whenever you feel resistance to start something, apply the 2-minute rule. Tell yourself you only have to do the habit for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes of stretching, 2 minutes of journaling, 2 minutes of tidying up. What happens next is magic. Once you start, you almost always continue. Our brains hate starting more than doing. Once momentum kicks in, you go beyond 2 minutes naturally. This rule helps destroy procrastination and turns "I should" into "I did." Step 7A, focus on systems. Not motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It's emotional. Some days you have it, some days you don't. But systems are stable, they don't care how you feel. That's why top performers rely on systems, not willpower. For example, don't rely on remembering to drink water. Set a reminder. Don't rely on feeling like exercising. Schedule it like a meeting. Don't rely on motivation to eat healthy. Prep food on Sunday. Systems keep you consistent even when you are tired, stressed, or distracted. Think of your system as a safety net. It catches you when motivation disappears. Step 8, track small wins. The human brain loves progress. When you can see your improvement, it reinforces your habits. Track your wins, not just the big ones, but the small ones too. Write down every time you drink more water, skip soda, or sleep on time. Watch your streaks grow. That visible progress triggers dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, which motivates you to keep going. You start associating healthy habits with satisfaction, not sacrifice. Step 9E, build in recovery and real rest. Healthy living is not about pushing every single day. It's also about resting the right way. Too many people burn out because they think rest equals laziness. It doesn't. Rest is fuel. Schedule recovery like a priority. Sleep well, take rest days, meditate, breathe, or simply go for a quiet walk. Without recovery, even the best system collapses. Remember, a strong body is built during recovery, not during exhaustion. Step 10. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. This is where most people fail. Not because they can't follow a plan, but because they punish themselves for every small mistake. One bad meal, one skipped workout, one tired night, and suddenly you tell yourself you failed. That guilt spiral destroys consistency. Instead, accept imperfection as part of the process. Health is not an all or nothing game. It's a long journey with ups and downs. What matters is what you do after the bad day. Get back up, adjust, move forward. Progress does not come from being flawless. It comes from being persistent. Step 11. Anchor your routine to your why. When things get hard, and they will, you need a reason deeper than looking good. Ask yourself, why do I want to live healthy? What do I gain if I stick with this for years? Who do I become if I stay consistent? Maybe it's energy to play with your kids. Maybe it's confidence, peace, or longevity. Whatever your reason is, keep it visible. On a sticky note, a journal, or your phone lock screen. When your why is clear, your how becomes easier. Step 12. Build momentum, not perfection. Here's the real key: healthy living sticks when it becomes who you are, not what you force yourself to do. Every time you make a small choice aligned with your goals, every walk, every healthy meal, every early night, you are casting a vote for your future self. One vote won't change everything, but hundreds of votes over time. That's how transformation happens. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep voting for the person you want to become. Step 13. Surround yourself with the right energy. Your habits are a reflection of your environment, and that includes the people in it. You can have the best plan, perfect goals, and strong motivation, but if the people around you constantly drag you back into unhealthy routines, it becomes almost impossible to sustain real change. This does not mean you must cut everyone off. It means you become intentional about who influences your daily mindset. Spend more time with people who inspire growth, friends who talk about goals, not gossip, people who move their bodies, take care of their minds, and encourage you when you slip up instead of mocking your effort. Energy is contagious. When you are surrounded by people who value discipline, gratitude, and consistency, those qualities start becoming part of your identity too. If your current circle does not reflect the lifestyle you want, create one. Join a fitness class, an online health community, or even start small with one accountability partner. The goal is to make support your default setting, not struggle. Because here is the truth: no one succeeds alone. The people around you can either drain your energy or multiply it. Choose those who help you rise. And when you become that person for others, the one who motivates, uplifts, and leads by example, you not only make healthy living stick for yourself, but you start changing the lives of those around you too. That is when health stops being a goal and becomes a movement that begins with you. So, stop chasing impossible fitness challenges or crash diets. Start building a life that naturally supports your health, a system that works even on your worst days. You do not need more motivation. You need better design. You do not need to overhaul your life. You need to start small and stay consistent. Because real health is not about changing everything overnight. It's about creating tiny, repeatable actions that build the life you actually want to live. Stay patient. Stay consistent. And remember, healthy living is not a finish line. It is the way you walk every single day.